Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Diamandis, and this week, wait. Something's not right. Give me just a second. There we go. Hello. It's nice to finally be able to talk to you face to face. This week, I wanted to do something fantastic because I've been off of the game for a little while, and I wanted to make a fantastic comeback. So I decided to make a dragon on the mountains with an eye, and it ended up being a shit show. You'll see why later. But first things first, I had to make the background. Now, I wanted to have some epic mountains, some cinematic mountains, and I really like this one, but I couldn't use it because there is a street and a city and a town right underneath it, and I've never seen a concrete street with street lights and houses and cable work on a fantasy setting. So I just selected it, copied it, and pasted it in this other image that I really like, but it had an empty corner on the left top right corner, and so I used the other mountain to fill up the space. Now, when you want to make a really good picture, there are two things you can do. One, make a scene, right? Be it still or dynamic, but make a scene. And the second one is telling a story, and I decided for the latter. So I decided to make, like I said before, a dragon on the mountains and a knight that is chasing after that dragon. But if I wanted to make a story that made sense, well, the dragon could only just fly away if he wanted to, right? So I decided to add a cave in the mountains so that the audience understood that that is where the dragon lives, next to the water source. And it also gave me a perfect example to show you and explain to you what color matching and color grading is and how it works. So color grading is just black and white tones and matching everything on a scale of grays so that everything is on the same tone. And color matching is pumping up the saturation so that everything is exaggerated and matching the colors of it so that everything makes sense. As you can see here, I made everything gray, and then I made the cave gray as well. Now that I know that they are on the same tone, I can go ahead and add the color matching saturation up to 85% so that all the colors are exaggerated and exploded. And then just, as you can see, the mountain is blue, right? And the other cave is brown and gray. So I just have to make this cave that I want to add. I want to have to make the surrounding rock into the same kind of exaggerated exploding blue with some yellow highlights so that everything looks on the same color. And if I do say so myself, I just want to say that it worked out perfectly fine. Like I'm surprised at how smooth that process was for me. Alright, now that the background is done, the next part is to add the hero of our story. He's not gonna be the main center of attention, but he's gonna be definitely the hero. Now, part of the process, or part of the art of making photo compilations, photo montages, Photoshop compositions, matte paintings, however you wish to call it, part of the art is the treasure hunt of finding the correct pictures, which, by the way, takes you hours before you start making the picture. But anyways, I was really lucky to find this great picture of somebody in a suit of armor walking away, or in my case, walking forward towards to the soon-to-be dragon. The first thing I did was cut him out, place him on the hill that I added earlier, scale him down in order to make everything look a little bit bigger. Now I'm selecting his body because I want to make him look a little bit beefier. There's nothing wrong with this guy wearing the suit of armor. The thing is, this is an epic setting, a fantasy setting. So I need him to be just a bit more muscular. I also grabbed his head to straighten it, just to remove that case of forward neck. I don't know if people used to have it for whatever reason, but to my expertise, they didn't have it because there were no cell phones back then, right? So no forward neck, a little bit more muscular. Now it's just time to give him a weapon. I was going to add the shield on his left side and the sword on his right side, but that proved just way too complicated to do, and I couldn't do it, so I decided to do the other next best thing, which was adding a shield to his right hand and have that shield cover pretty much everything up. Remember, when you're making art, something you gotta know is how to hide the things that you're not able to do in a way that it seems like you did it on purpose. Then I decided to still add the sword inside of the sheath this time, and I put him on his right hip. That way, it makes the knight left-handed because he has to reach with his left hand over to his right hip and then pull it out. And since I am left-handed myself, I have a preference. And that is why pretty much 85%, if not 90% of all the characters I make original for me are all left-handed. And then it was time to add the big boy, the centerpiece of this art piece, which is of course the dragon, right? It's a magnificent beast. Anyways, I found this amazing, perfect picture of a Komodo dragon in the exact pose that I needed for what I had envisioned. The thing is, it didn't have a tail, so I had to use the tail of another picture, which I think is the same Komodo dragon, just, a different picture of the animal. Of course, I had to make it blue or some sort of exotic color, because dragons are never a normal lizard color. They were like green, blue, yellow, golden, something like that. And I went for blue. And of course I had to mask the rocks that are underneath it because they didn't want to be the same color as the rest of the rocks on the picture. So I just ended copying and pasting some other rocks that were already on the picture but out of the photograph, out of the scene to just hide them. Next. And at this point, I realized that I was just making a gigantic blue Komodo dragon, and it was looking very, very bad, right? It's looking like a piece of shit. Am I right? Whoa, bro, what was that? Like, it's cool when I say it, right? It's my own art piece, but when you say it, that's harsh. That's an insult. It's disrespectful, bro. As I was saying by myself, the anybody's favorite commentary. This looks like a piece of shit, am I right? Got him! Next thing I did, I wanted this dragon to have a long mouth, an elongated snout, like classical dragons. So I decided to use a alligator, or in this case a crocodile's mouth, because I like the jagged teeth, like the not symmetrical teeth. And therefore I found this picture of a very HD picture actually of a crocodile's up close, and I only selected its mouth, pasted it, and I then turned it blue. And in fact, I think I did a really great job at matching the colors and the tones. And after a little bit more of selecting, cutting, copying, pasting, warping, editing, color matching, color grading, and all that jazz, you get something a little bit like this. Alright, so I called it quits. right? This was not looking the way I wanted it to look. It was looking so bad, and I was this close to give up on the whole picture. And I know I say that a lot, but this time I was legitimately about to just throw this away, throw it in the trash and forget about it. So I just decided to look for a pre-made dragon and just paste it on the picture and work with it. It's not what I wanted, it's not what I had envisioned, but it's gonna have to make do. I don't know what you're thinking right now. David, it makes no sense that the knight is so calm about having a dragon staring him in the eye, spewing fire so close to his face that his cheekbones are sweating. And you're right. I recognize that you're right. But I'm too lazy to change it. I personally think that it adds to the story, right? Because the knight, he's supposed to be this big epic hero who's not afraid of anything. So the fact that he is so chill about having death itself staring him in the eye gives him a lot of badass points, if you ask me. So congratulations, Mr. Knight. That is big dick energy. Big dick energy, Mr. Knight. Or maybe he's just so scared that he's petrified, he's paralyzed, and he's shitting bricks. Who knows? Anyways, I'm gonna make this look great. Trust me. Let's continue. Follow me. Then I made the dragon red because that is classical and that looks way better than my blue crocodile sliding on the ground. Of course, I had to add fire, one to make it more dramatic, and second so that I could add some shadows and highlights and I could actually feel like I did something on this picture. Ooh, but I guess I wasn't really feeling it because as you can see, those shadows and highlights, at least the highlights, are looking very bad. They're not looking like light hitting the dragon, they look like spray paint on the dragon's face. And after realizing that I was failing at doing the highlights, which I wanted to add to make myself look good, I decided to turn this into an acrylic or oil painting. You know, just to hide my insecurities with humor. Not working. So first I painted the whole dragon orange so that I could mask out the light that I didn't need so that the one that is left behind is the highlight. The same on the knight. I just selected all of it, painted the entirety of the knight on orange and then just erased what I didn't need. I also added some highlights on the ground where the knight is standing to make it look a little bit more believable, and I added a shadow by copying and pasting the silhouette of the knight, filling it with dark green, putting in blend mode as in hard light, and just laying it on the ground, so a little bit of warping to mimic the not even ground that it was on. After that I exported the background, the knight, the dragon, and finally the fire as 3 separate layers so that I could edit them by themselves and I could apply different filters from the filter gallery in order to make it look like a painting. I added paint ups with a large brush size on the background to have a little bit less detail, then the same paint ups and brush strokes on the knight and the dragon with a smaller brush size so that it had a little bit more detail because it is on the foreground, it needs to look a little bit better, plus they are the centerpiece. Lastly, I added the same effect from the filter gallery onto the fire, but it didn't make a difference. I don't know why I thought it would, it's just fire, it is shapeless by nature. Then I looked for some textures and I added them on the picture. I used bevel and emboss, and then I used blend mode overlay to make it look like they were part of the picture. If you want to see more detail about how I made it, I left in the description below the links to the 2 tutorials that I watched to make this possible. I cannot explain it for them, that is stealing content, and as a new YouTuber I am still against that. Ask me again in 2 years.
know that I say that I'm impressed. It looks very, very good. Remember a few minutes ago when I told you to trust me?
Anyways, I'm gonna make this look great. Trust me.
Well, that was a lie. I had no clue what this was gonna turn out. That was also a lie. I had no clue what this was gonna turn out. I only knew it was gonna look like shit, which I was wrong, and I'm happy about it because this looks so good that I could say it was on purpose, which it was not. Not even for a second. I never thought of this. But hey, I'ma just say I did. But real talk, this looks amazing. This looks fantastically good, to the point that I am for sure gonna make more paintings in the future, more pictures into paintings in the future, because I really love the end result. But I guess that if I learned something from this, and I want you to learn it as well, is learn where you're standing, choose projects according to your skill level, don't go overboard, baby steps, don't bite off more than you can chew, and crypto mining is bad for the environment. Stop that shit. My name is Diamandes, and I will see you when I see you. Have a nice one.